Hello YouTube, Marielle here. I hope you like my new hairdo. Decided to change things up a little bit, and I'm feeling really good today. Really good. It's not happening very often these days, but the reason I probably feel this way is because my wolf is away on business and he's been gone for about a week, and I've only got about a week left, but I feel free, so I have enough energy to squeeze this video in, and so here we go. Despite the fact that I'm feeling really good, the reality of who I am and what I'm dealing with at the moment is very much a case of, like the title, I don't recognize myself. I no longer recognize myself these days. It's hard for me to watch my life unfold in the manner that it has. It's earth-shattering for me to have to face and admit that this human being that I loved so much and trusted so completely has managed to change me for the worst. It's very hard for me to become aware of how he has deliberately and systematically attacked the very foundation of my personality and character. It makes me want to vomit when there is no avenue left for me to rationalize my own reactions, and when I have to see myself act in ways that are completely alien to me, every now and then I catch myself reacting to certain situation in a way that almost makes me think of an out-of-body experience. It's like something would happen and it'll be like me watching myself reacting in a way that looks very like a reflex, like something that's completely normal, but yet at the same time knowing that this is not me. This is, it's like, hang on a second. Is that really me? Is that me reacting like that? Is that me doing this? Almost a year ago, I would say, that I started to notice that every time I engaged in activities that included more than just myself, I would start expecting something to go wrong. For example, I'll be in a store buying something, and then I'll start panicking that, while I'm actually approaching the cash register, and I'll start panicking that maybe my credit card will be declined, as if it was the biggest problem, in the world. I'll panic even if I would talk to myself and say everything is fine, my account is fine, and even if I would also try to reassure myself and try to convince myself that, well, even if the card was declined, well, it's no big deal, those things do happen, and this feeling and this reaction would still linger. It'll be another situation like wanting to needing an appointment, and making an appointment, whatever, no matter the type of appointment, and out of the blue I would catch myself preparing to get a negative answer, or if I'll approach somebody, I would start worrying or expecting that person to reject me or not to be nice to me, or it's just so strange. And this kind of self-talk, started to get louder and very persistent, making me doubt every single thing I did, and And I even started to feel very anxious to approach people. And believe me when I say that I've never been shy. So it's very strange to me to see myself behave like that and feel like that in front of people. I mean, I've always been the type of person that, I hardly get even starstruck. It's a case of you are who you are, respect who you are, but I am what I am. I love everything that you have, and I respect your gift and talents, and there are things, and I recognize there are things that you can do that I cannot do, but I've always been, in my head, a case of, well, there are things that I can do that you cannot do. So I've always been quite secure in myself, and now to see myself react like that, it's almost alienating. It's almost I'm alienating myself from myself. I don't know whether you follow me here. It's weird. It's like I don't recognize myself. It's like, who is this person? Where does that come from? Why am I acting like that? Why are those feelings? What it's all about, basically. And no matter what I do, no matter the self-talk, the calming self-talk that I'm trying to use, it's not going away. It's just not going away. It's becoming very much part of my everyday life. And things have progressed to me being and feeling overwhelmed with a crushing feeling of hopelessness and helplessness, which translate to me overreacting to every little situation that doesn't go according to plan, or that doesn't go smoothly, or that doesn't go my way. And again, that was never me. I mean, every little setbacks that I'm experiencing these days feel like a big ordeal. Every problem I have to solve looks to me like a mountain, like it's a mountain that I have to climb. I have cold sweats and mini panic attacks. And panic attacks, and this term is something that I'm newly getting familiarized with, because I didn't even know that what I was experiencing, that was the name for it. And this again is extremely foreign to me, because I used to be the type of person who never had a problem solving things, finding solution when every time problem used to arise. Now when things go wrong, or I've especially noticed when my daughter upsets me, I feel my heart break. I can feel my heart just disjointing and breaking. My knees feel like jelly all the time. All I want to do, and whenever that happens, I just feel like I just need a hole and bury my head in it. That's what I want to do. Yes, I've become the cartoon that you see every now and then. You have the ostrich and she puts her head in it. That's basically me. And since there is no hole inside, usually when those feelings come across, when I come across those feelings, except the toilet bowl and the cleaning buckets. So usually what I do, I just go to bed. I just literally just run to my bed and sleep the crisis away for the remainder of that day. I just sleep. I'm now realizing I have a problem dealing with life. I have a hard time coping. Everything feels like it's just one too many things, and again, it's extremely weird for me to watch myself change into this kind of person, because I've always been optimistic. I've always been a problem solver. I've always been very, very solution orientated, kind of person. So as much as I need, to repeat myself over and over, I'm okay, it's okay, and I'm strong, and I've got this, and I'll be okay, and all that kind of self-talk. The fact remains that I have to face the reality here, and this reality is that my wolf has successfully gotten under my skin, and he has successfully gotten under my psyche. And to me, it's extremely important to acknowledge that fact, that reality, that situation. To me, it's extremely important to acknowledge it, because it's the only way for me to try to find a solution, because I have to find a solution, because it is a problem. It is a problem, and I have to find a way to address it, and I have to find a way to reinforce my mind and strengthen and find a way to control my emotion. For now, the only solutions that I've been able to come up with is to do everything I can to avoid him around the house every day. The weekends are extremely weekends are especially hard, because I literally don't leave my room now. I just lock myself in my bedroom and spend those 2 days in there. Luckily for me, I have it's just one of those things, two things that I've been very, very lucky to somehow, I did those things long before, and I didn't really they've helped me now. One is, we've always had separate bedrooms. Again, this came because of having children and me not wanting him to be disturbed whenever he went to work in the morning. I just wanted him to have a good rest, a good sleep. So so we started this routine of me having my own, him sleep, basically both of us sleeping in different bedrooms. And to me as well, as time went on, I love that idea. I like that idea very much, and it suited me perfectly, because I kind of felt like, I didn't have to, I could sleep whichever way I want, and I could join him, for those times whenever I felt like, I could join him for those times, when I felt good, or when I think that I look good, and I had the freedom, of my own space to be as unladylike as as I felt like. So I just loved it, and I'm so grateful that we started this, because now I have this space, that I absolutely need now, and I know I don't have to explain. No, I don't have to. I've always had my own bedroom. I've always had that space since the kids have been born, and now it's brilliant. It's wonderful. And the other thing as well, before he actually came back, I kind of had a suspicion that things might, I might not be able to handle things right. So I ran to Best Buy, and I got myself a fridge. So it's a small, a mini fridge one, and a good size, but still small. And thank God my bathroom is quite a good size. So it's there, and because of that, I'm able to stock on a few food, for the weekend. So I literally just lock myself in there and avoid him at all cost. And yes, I know, I'm fully aware that this sounds ridiculous and extreme, but it's the only solution I've been able to come up with to protect my mind and heart from his emotional extortion, because it's a new term I've found on YouTube. emotional extortionist. That's what my wolf is. It's the best that I can do to protect my mind from being eaten away, from constantly trying to unravel his jabs, his digs, his lies, his half-truths, his distortions, and his constant manipulations. Which now I can clearly see. Again, this is another thing that I have a hard time dealing with as well, is what I'm trying to say is that things somehow, even though I was constantly scratching my head trying to figure out, what it is I was seeing and never quite getting the answers. Somehow I wonder if things were easier that way compared to now, when I actually see him, see everything that he does with clear understanding. Sometimes I just don't know which, I wonder whether it's actually harder now, because I cannot go, I can't run, I just can't, not yet. And seeing him, deploy his talents all over between me and my daughter and all over our lives, it's hard to bear, especially that I have to keep my mouth shut and I cannot confront him. I just can't confront him. And of course, everything gets even harder for me when my daughter add her own little special sauce to the mix. Every weekend, for example, every weekend, both of them have taken this new habit to speak and laugh and call after each other very, very loudly near my room, near my bedroom. And this tactic alone truly gets to me, and it stops me even from getting any work done, because whenever they start like that, I have to stop what I'm doing and I have to put headphones on and either put the music extremely loud, or I have to put a YouTube video on, and just so that I don't hear them and so that I don't get aggravated and spiral into negative emotions. Anyway, to come back to my best new friend called anxiety. This feeling, this feeling that I have now, like every life problem is a mountain to climb or a river to cross. The more I think about it, the more I suspect that it is possibly a side effect of having lived a life of being denied the basic human right to being appreciated, acknowledged, being thanked, and shown gratitude in this relationship that I've been in for so long. And the only time he would actually say thank you, don't laugh now, but the only time my wolf ever said thank you to me was after sex, or after I cooked for him, or whenever I would organize big birthday parties for him and do those kind of things specifically just for him. And gosh, I just can't believe that I put up with that, and I didn't even think there was something wrong with it. I just thought that it's just a selfish git, and that was it. Wow. And so that is a possible factor. And then another factor that I'm thinking of is also that there's this truth as well that I have been I've been forced, without my own knowledge, I've been forced to carry the weight of 2 decades of unresolved issues. Um, when I talk about issues, those are issues that were pertaining to both of us. You know, he'll do things that just did not make sense. He'll do things that will be hurtful. Do things that were very, very insensitive, and he'll do things that just, you know, were quite unkind. And I just could not make sense of those things. And you know, those things are, you know, they're now in my head, and they're on a constant, almost kind of loop, and repeating themselves over and over, going like, do you remember when he did that? Do you remember when you did this? And yes, this is something as well, a video I would like to make eventually, because I think they call it obsession, and I don't quite identify with that term obsession, although it is obsessive. It's definitely obsession, but I have another take on it anyway. But so yeah, so having to carry the weight of all those unresolved issues, and now you know, you've got the added pressure of the children, you know, making their own mistakes as well, you know, so they're bringing their own drama, and we have unresolved issues about our finances, which are just not clear. There is my future, you know, that I have to try to sort out in my head, and then there is the fact that our finances, I have absolutely no clue. And yes, this is another video that I need to make, because it's about financial abuse. Yeah, I didn't even know there was a term for that, but yeah. Yeah, it's got me good, and on every level. I mean, there isn't a corner of my life with my wolf that has escaped abuse, really, except my body. That's it. That's just about it. So I think somewhere, somehow, all of this is catching up to me, and it's manifesting itself as panic and anxiety, and just too much, just overwhelming, and it's giving me those palpitations when problems occurs, when things arise, and it's just giving me those negative emotions, a level of negative emotions that I am not really used to, and all I can do is just run to my bed and just sleep it all away, so that, you know, it's the only way I have to re-energize myself and reset or reboot my mind, to kind of try to see how to go about solving, you know, whatever that problem that made me run away to my bed is all about, and how to go about fixing it. And but one thing for sure for me is that I need a mantra. I need a mental mantra to fortify myself. I'm just not too sure about. I've never had any self mantra kind of thing before, but I certainly need to adopt a new one. So if you have a new idea, if you know of something that I can, you know, to help disable that negative self-talk, please let me know. I'll definitely be grateful, because I need a Rengekyo what's that? Namyoko Rengekyo kind of mantra, you know, like for the Buddhists, or because saying you're strong, you're okay, is just not gonna cut it, just not gonna cut the mustard. But anyway, that's all I had for today, and talk to you soon, and I hope you like my new hairdo. Bye.